Hey third grade, I just wanted to go over your first project with you for our distance learning art project. For this project we'll be doing symmetry, so that means whatever you draw, it's going to be the same on both sides. So the easiest way to do this is to create an insect because they generally are very symmetrical. Have a lot of fun with this. I want you to be creative and come up with your own insect. There's lots of examples that came in this packet for you to look at to help you get some ideas. And then also make sure to check out the link for the Art website. That also has a lot of really good resources for you, and even some how to draw videos have been linked in there for insects to help you out. So here we go. So we're doing balance for this. For the lesson, first you're going to draw your insect and make sure everything is symmetrical. Then, when you color it, you want to make sure you're also coloring it symmetrically, and I'm going to show you what I mean by that. Color pencils recommended for this, but you can also use whatever materials that you have at home if you don't have color pencils. Crayons would work great too. You want to make sure that you're putting a lot of details into your picture, and I want to challenge you to try to blend 2 or more colors in some areas of your insect. Remember, we did some color blending with our cactuses that we made. So on the cactuses, we used cool colors and we blended them together on the actual cactus themselves, and in the vase, we blended our hot colors together. So in the packet, the front page has some examples of insects to help, get you thinking. And then on the back side is the paper for drawing the insect. You could, of course, use a different piece of paper if you have it, but, feel free to just use this too. So as you can see, I drew an insect. Here's what I'll be looking for. I want to see that you drew really big, that you try to fill up that box as best you can. And then whatever you draw, it needs to be symmetrical on your insect. So I tried to draw it right in the middle as best that I could, and I imagine there's a imaginary line down the center. Whatever I drew on this side of the insect, it had to be the same on the other side. So I tried to make my legs be the same, going in the same direction. I wouldn't want one arm to go up and then on the other side have it come down, because then it wouldn't be symmetrical anymore. So try to always make them perfectly symmetrical as best you can. Of course, we're just doing the best that we can, right? When you're coloring, be careful. It can be kind of tricky. I know we've been practicing a lot with our patterns this last trimester, but be careful with patterns on this one, because if I'm coloring a pattern with my color pencils in here, and I decide I wanted to color every other one on here, like this. That's fine, but whatever I do on this side, it needs to be the same on that side. So it'd be kind of like I'm holding up a mirror, so in the first box on this side, I would have to do the same color, and in the second box on this side, I would have to make sure it's the same as the second box on the other side. Okay? So that's where you got to be careful. Sometimes we start from one side and start going every other. We don't want to go every other, because then these two wouldn't be the same, and then it wouldn't be symmetrical. For blending, remember, it works best if you're using cold colors blend really well together, and then hot colors blend really well together. And the cold colors are blues, purples, greens, and the hot colors, think of the sun, think of fire, yellows, oranges, and reds. When you're blending, you're just mixing. So if I was going to blend, maybe I would color in this circle here, and then go back with another cold color and blend it in. Maybe I just want to do it around the edges. Mixing those colors together, okay? I would make sure I do the same thing over here in the same way. So when I'm doing this, I would draw things on one side and then go back and do it the same way on the other side. Same with my coloring. If I color something on one side, I want to go back to the other side and do it the same way that I just did it. Now, I know that you might not have like a black marker or anything for outlining. What I did is I actually drew this first with pencil, and then I went back with my black colored pencil and I outlined it so that my lines would be nice and bold, easy to see for when I'm coloring in. If you have any questions about this, please contact me or your regular art teacher. I want you to have fun with this. Take your time, be creative. It can be a real insect, more realistic looking, or something completely zany that you made up on your own. Be creative and have fun. Thanks, guys.